That day, the Soviet prosecution was to open its case. Chief prosecutor for the USSR, R.A. Rudenko.
Господа судьи, я приступаю к своей вступительной речи.
Your Worship, I begin my speech, which will wind up the opening speeches of the chief prosecutors in this trial, with a full and deep sense of the historical import of the occasion. This is the first time in the history of the world that crimes of such magnitude and with consequences so prodigious have come under the consideration of justice. This is the first time that criminals who seized whole states and turned their own state into an instrument of their crimes have been brought to trial. This is the first time that we here are trying not only the criminals themselves, but the criminal institutions and organizations they founded, and the theories and ideas of hatred which they disseminated in furtherance of crimes they had long been nurturing against peace and humanity. The day has come when the nations of the world are demanding stern retribution of the Nazi butchers, are demanding the stern punishment of the criminals. All the villainies committed by the Nazi major war criminals, jointly and severally, will be weighed by us with scrupulous care and attention, as is demanded by the law, by the Charter of the International Military Tribunal, by justice and by our consciences. The Soviet prosecution showed and demonstrated how the Nazis secretly prepared for world war. Everything was bent to this purpose. Von Schirach's puppies playing with toy daggers. These are still youths and only carrying spades, but these are already soldiers. And the German women are already rubbing their hands in greedy anticipation of the parcels to come from the east. These are only dummy houses. These are still peaceful Germans. But the muzzles of the guns have already been raised. Wars of aggression are begun by treaties of friendship signed by the aggressor's diplomats. Von Ribbentrop, that traveling salesman of death, wandered through Europe signing pacts of peace and giving instructions to his spies and fomenters of war. This is the original of the agreement concluded between Ribbentrop and Himmler for coordination of espionage work. This is a letter from Kaltenbrunner asking Ribbentrop for 1,000,000 tumens for espionage activities in Persia. And the ink on the last pact of non-aggression was hardly dry when the German hordes were already on the march. Only the Soviet Union warned the world of the deadly danger of fascist aggression. But the Munich appeasers bowed and scraped before the aggressors and threw open the gates of Europe to them. Hitler and Keitel set about refashioning the map of the world. Frontier gates were smashed. Boundaries were violated. Vows and pacts were dishonored. And the brown plague began to spread through Europe. The secret plans of aggression were now put into operation. The Green Plan for the perfidious attack on Czechoslovakia. It was signed by Jodl. The Soviet prosecution of the trial exposed the way the world war was prepared. These are the fruits of Munich. Germany's panzer forces invaded country after country. Unprepared for war and deceived by their own governments, European capitals surrendered to the Huns. For the Germans, it was just a pleasant promenade through the continent. Here we see them entering betrayed Paris, betrayed by Renault and Daladier. The sufferings of German-occupied France were recounted by the French prosecutor. Can the nations of the world forget this lesson? The German marauders were active on the high seas as well as on land. The British prosecutor, Sir Hartley Shawcross, told of this in detail. Dönitz men were known to the world as pirates. His U-boats began applying their wolf pack tactics. They carried their piratical activities even into neutral waters. They attacked unarmed vessels and hospital ships. Here is a torpedoed ocean steamer, and not a man of the crew will escape. For Dönitz's orders are not to pick up survivors, and the drowning are left to their fate. Dönitz thanking his pirates. Your Worship, I shall now proceed to the crimes committed by the Nazi aggressors against my country, against the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics. On June the 22nd, 1941, Hitler Germany treacherously attacked the USSR.